I think we're really determined to like prove that, because I think punk music's really limiting in like how you can show off your talent, because it's quite simple like by its nature. I think we want to like go into more complicated stuff and write some more melodic and complicated pieces.
Yeah.
It's in one of the best places it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
It's fragile though, because it's like punk is so extreme that I think a lot of people shut off and reject it. So every time it rises again, it becomes more mainstream, and the mainstream reject it again. Our generation, young people coming up now who are just becoming adults, are much more open-minded than the last few decades of people. And people are open to listening to all type of music.
At first, when the band first started, it was just me and Matt.
Yeah.
We were like just recording sort of like indie rock samples in just out of a looper pedal and stuff, straight onto a laptop. And then when we like started adding Seb and George in, we kind of realised that we wanted to take our sound a bit more like heavy. Yeah. We're used now to knowing that we're going up stage to just have fun. Like, it's been so long now that it's like, at first it'd be like if we had a gig coming up, practice every single day towards that gig.
Yeah.
And then now it's just kind of like, we know that we're up on stage to have a good time, we know the songs, we do practices, and we didn't get into a studio for the first 2 years that we were a band. Yeah. We didn't step foot in a studio, we were just sort of on a gig circuit. Yeah, we were playing sold out shows before we even had any music out, and I think that is because that we focused on our live performance so much instead of the studio stuff, which now we're starting to realise that we need to get in the studio. So.
And the more, like, it's really important for bands starting off to rehearse all the time together and just jam together, to play together, because naturally the music you write by yourself, you start filling in the gaps with their style of music, and then as time goes on, you don't write for yourself and bring it to the band becomes one kind of musical idea, and then the music just becomes way easier. Our last gig, actually,
the one before,
we played at the Louisiana in Bristol, and our drummer George, he's not a big drinker, and he had like three pints, and he was basically unable to play the drum. We had like 5 people in the crowd. It was shambles. I had a great time though, I guess, because it all came together. It was just a shit show. But yeah, this guy doesn't stop drinking before gigs. I never drink before gigs. And Seb, our bassist, he had a few whiskies one time, dropped his bait.
Yeah, he went up, and it was when we were at Papillon. And we did our sound check, and he was like, right, I'm going to the pub now with some people. And we were like, all right, see you later. And then he came back about 10 minutes before we went on stage. So he was gone for about 5 hours, 6 hours. And he came on stage and he was battered. And then first song in, he just takes his bass off and drops his bass to the floor, and then runs to the green room and's looking through the fridge to try and find a beer. So there has been times where we've got messy.
Very unprofessional.
And been very unprofessional, but for the most part, we're professional.
We once did a gig in London, booked a shite, awful, rat-infested, piss-filled hotel room for £100, went out in Soho, dropped £20 on one vodka Red Bull,
and then fell out really badly.
Nearly
had a fight
about to knock this guy out.
Nearly had a fight in Soho.
That was going to be the end of the band because of how expensive that drink was.
Yeah.
We came back, fell asleep, woke up, and
got a shit breakfast.
Got the fuck out of London.
Yeah, we had gone off ham.
So the thing, OneLung almost ended, like really that close.
London's too expensive.
See, we were having to go at each other. We should be having to go at London. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
We do all right. We've done it from. I mean, I wish people could see me and you in that shed when we were 16. I'm not saying we're like Queen or nothing now, but fucking hell, like compared to that, it was terrible. And we knuckled down, and we've actually built a little something. And the future.
UK duty paid.
Coming that's the soon. Future. Yeah, there you go. As long as we're still gigging and we're still mates, I think.
Yeah.
I don't really mind.